Shit, we started recording. That's right.
All right. Action.
Action. I mean, there is no action. Like I said, esto todo va a ser very chilled and fluid.
Okay.
There's no pressures of society. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, because wow, I feel like I was about to throw shade. Basically, to give you a bit of insight, ahora que está esto en grabación.
Yeah.
I started a program called Mi Sala. Que era, I don't know if you ever saw it. It was basically a collection of people, UK Latino artists.
Yeah.
And they would basically do a performance. Okay. It was like a music video. And I didn't have any live mics. So what ended up happening was that we ended up doing music videos. Just one song. You come in, you do one song. I give you 5 angles, one shot.
Yeah.
There is no retakes. You get out.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the premise of the whole thing. I did 39 episodes in total. So todos estos artistas Latino based here. So yeah, everyone had a basic music video. You know Sophie, yeah. Sophie had one as well, and it's pretty simple. I'm so into you, I feel the love. That's what we did. Just weighs me down and I can't shake it. I don't know why I can sympathize even with. This was when the time when I was smoking a lot. I was very hippie mode. I'm still in hippie mode.
Yeah.
Pero Tiny Desk and Colors was a thing. Y pues it was like COVID time, roughly. Entonces estábamos ahí en la casa and I was just like, you know what, we could do this at home. Because one guy hired me to do a music video aquí.
Okay.
Algo muy simple, but then I ended up decorating my house to make it into a set and I thought, I could do this as a series. Entonces eso es lo que hice.
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's actually a sick idea.
Yeah. The only problem was there was no financing behind it. So, claro, eso solo va a llegar hasta un cierto tiempo. But yeah, man, if I knew you 2 years ago, you would have been on this.
Oh, man.
Yo creo que un día it'll be coming back to fruition. But now I think the more right thing to do is to kind of treat it like community building. And that's why we're here today.
Fantastic.
Tener estas conversaciones where we go through your discography.
Okay.
We get to know about you, basically. It's like a radio station in here. You get
Fantastic, brother.
And you don't need to adjust the camera. You can even talk to me. But we're going to look through your stuff, basically.
Sounds good.
Dame un poquito de insight on you. So let me get this straight, because you've been doing music your whole life.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. So I've been doing music since I'm like 8 years old. You know, it's all I've known, all I've ever done. You know. I studied in Colombia because I'm born and raised in Bogotá. Studied music since I'm 8. I'm a guitarist. Until I moved to London, kept studying in London, and now I ended up as a session player, songwriter, producer. I have my projects. I perform with other projects. I basically just like here and there, everywhere.
Es tu pan y mantequilla, mejor dicho, yeah.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all I really know how to do. You know, that is my thing.
So tell me one thing. So how did it start with? Was it Los Bandidos? Did you say?
Indios.
Los Indios.
Yeah. So Indios is basically like it's a project. It's me and Felipe, who is Colombian drummer.
Okay.
We went to uni together and yeah, when we met on the first year of uni, and we said like, okay, let's start a project that is like Latin music, but we make it our way, you know. We started like experimenting with a lot of things, like Latin music with rock, Latin music with funk, Latin music with a bit of reggae, you know, things that we liked, and kind of like trying to find the sound and what we really wanted to do. So that project is still going. You know, we're going through a bit of a phase where we're kind of changing things up and we're kind of like rebranding the whole thing and re-releasing some music. But yeah, that was my first thing.
Okay, I got you. Let me hear your first song with these guys. This is memory lane for you, man.
Yeah, man. So it's called Tropical by the Indios. Yeah, that's the first song we ever did.
Okay. Oh, it's Los Indios, isn't it?
No, it's The Indios.
The Indios. I see. Spanglish.
Yeah, Spanglish. Because that was the whole premises of the thing, you know? It's like UK, Latin situation. That's the one. That's the first one.
I'm going to click on them just for the sake of it. There you... Is that you?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, bro, that was me like.
Con las gafas y todo. Okay.
Like 4 years ago, maybe.
But you were there at the beginning with these guys. Yeah. Well, it's just you and the drummer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's me and the drummer. We were a band, you know, we were like 5 people, but me and the drummer were like the permanent members, you know, everyone else was like kind of session.
Okay, I get you. Y eso todo fue en, eso es su primera canción tropical en 2016. Hello, serious, man.
Bro, that's like almost 10 years ago.
That's the whole point. Why we do this is just so you guys can reminisce and cry. I've heard your recent stuff, the stuff you haven't released yet.
Yeah.
¿Qué diferencia? You've changed a lot.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
It's been a whole journey, you know, like trying to find the sound, trying to find like what we want to say, like with this project, and when JVeneno started, which was a lot later than this. Like JVeneno is a very recent thing.
Okay, I get you.
It's all been a search, you know. Been a journey to find the right sound.
Y empiezo con los indios, mejor dicho. I love
yeah, and even the indios, you know, when the last thing we released with the indios sounds very different from that first thing, you know.
And when was the last thing you released with Los Indios?
That was 2024 or 2023. I don't remember. Last year or the year before. Yeah.
And this is your first EP with them. Then?
Yeah, we did an EP like.
We are the Indios, immigration saviors of Maya. We're gonna get deep into you now.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Genkeri, whose idea was with the immigration? This is getting to a theme I'm starting to like already. So.
Yeah, well, immigration, it was kind of like, you know, a bit of a protest thing. I mean, we've all been like, well, like for us, like being Colombian and coming here has all been kind of like a difficult process, you know, and like in terms of like, you know, we have felt a little bit like from that time, you know, sometimes it felt like we were marginalized, like, you know, different, like treated differently, and you know, it was the whole thing of like coming here to try to get a better, you know, for a better future and stuff like that, having to leave your home and having to leave your family, kind of thing. So yeah, I was just kind of venting. I get
you. Did you come with your family? Or
no, I came by myself.
Usted vino you're one of the tough ones.
Yeah, I came by myself. I was 18 and I was alone. Yeah, it was rough at first. Yeah.
You probably struggled, man. You know you can open up here.
It's gonna be therapy.
It's alright. That's what music is sometimes be there for too, you know.
That's it.
That's me. I'm gonna ignore that. If I think that's exactly who I thought it was. Yeah.
Big boss.
Yeah, big boss. But we are the Indios.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel your influence already, man. Also, this is the first time she's done this, by the way. So yeah. Your energy must be good.
I love cats, man. I love them so much. I have a boy.
She's a girl. Oh, she's just casually gone to you. Okay, Jasmine. Don't get the same treatment in my house.
She's 3 legs.
Yeah, she's a three-legged cat.
Sweetie. What happened? Did you rescue
She
her?
jumped out that window. Yeah, so you see the edge there.
Yeah.
There was birds there. So anterior con her, she was a bit more.
Yeah.
Thinking she could do anything and flying around the whole world. She jumped out the window thinking she can catch those birds. Falls down. That's not even how she broke her leg. She falls down. She's in the neighbor's garden, right? We go to look for her in the neighbor's garden. The neighbor couldn't find her. So she sneaked into the house.
Okay.
So later that evening, because we're like, well, we don't know where she is. Later that evening, when the old lady sits on her reclining chair.
Oh no.
Yeah. You asked for it. No fue la caída, pero fue. Pues ella por estar tenía tanto miedo.
Yeah, she was hiding in there.
She was hiding and then, claro, se pisó mal y ahí, mejor dicho, ella oyó la gritadera and she was just like, oh crap, I think the cat, yeah. Yeah. So we had to get her amputated and now she's a 3-legged princess.
Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry.
Okay. She's
So
surprised.
she's
This is the
happy
first. Yeah, she's happy. This is the first time she's sat on anybody. Yeah, like Ninja next to anybody. Every time I've had someone here, siempre es así. She's like, no, I don't want to go.
Bro, me and
Pero
cats,
hoy, sí.
I just love them so
You
much.
gave it a proper definite touch.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Now, let me fix the exposure on the camera for a second. Just because it's going to switch around. La temporada está bien bonita, pero... There you go. Entonces. So this is you taking out your frustration and anger about being Colombian.
Yeah, exactly.
What year did you come?
I came in 2013.
2013, entonces ya estaba como de ahí unos... Hay 4 años ya adentro.
Yeah.
Sucks here, doesn't it?
Oh, you know, I mean,
Algunas veces.
there's it's got its things, you know. It's got its moments. Did you grow up here or did you come?
Yeah, I grew up here. I came when I was 2.
Too.
Entonces crecí,
Yeah.
pero yeah, I understand what you're saying. Tiene sus momentos.
Yeah, it's got its moments when it's really cool. I mean, I love this city. You know, I think in that time also, like, I was a bit of a, you know, before all this, when I was in Colombia, I had a punk rock band. I had a punk rock band here, and I had a metal band back in Colombia. So you know, I was like really into the heavy stuff, and I was just like, you know, I love that, like, the angriness, the protest, you know, the whole like punk rock thing of like, fuck this, fuck all that, you know. So I was like a very angry kid.
Okay.
So that was kind of like the energy that was put into this first thing, you know. Now I've calmed down a lot, and I'm like more of a
No.
an aged person. You know?
How old are you now?
I'm 30.
You're 30. High five. I'm with the 30 crew right now. Yeah. You're 31 aquí, bro. But yeah. 400.
Yeah, man. You know, you calm down. You're like,
A little bit angry, but con un poquito más de assistance.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now I'm just curious to hear what
go for
immigration.
it,
So they all kind of like cumbia based.
Yeah, it's like kind of cumbia, champeta, rock. It's quite rocky as well, but we like kind of like that cumbia twist.
Okay.
So at least the idea.
You know what this reminds me of?
Yeah.
Them old NES games. Miami Vice type vibes too.
Yeah.
But also if you ever played a Sonic game. You know what I mean? The beginning.
Yeah.
At the beachfront. Shit though.
He wakes up in the morning, he doesn't know what happened. Just to smell out when he reads a bucket like that fire. He wants to go back dreaming, did not show his yeah. Better on the beach with the smoke and sadness. Sleeping better, don't ask questions. Life has taught that lesson. Those with education find the answer to the question. If they're running for his nation, stop him on the station. So he's the bitch, he's just looking for salvation. What? You? Yeah. Inside of Christian say, hate, and pray. Wanted to see me vision.
That reminded me of No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
Yeah, but you know, it's exactly, it was punk rock. And
Yeah.
around that time also I had like I had a bit of I had a raid in my house, you know.
You had a raid,
by
like
immigration.
raves in your house?
No, a raid.
You had an actual raid?
By an immigration.
Oh,
You
shit.
know, like,
Oh,
They
shit.
just showed up like at 4 a.m, you know, and just like ready to like fucking send me back, you know.
Really?
Yeah, man. So I was like, man, fuck this shit.
Damn. Eso te inspiró para hacer esta canción entonces.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was like completely
No, you were
fine,
fine.
you know,
Yeah.
like completely legal and everything. And I was just like, man, that's crazy that they would do this shit, you know.
How was that experience?
But it was nerve wracking. It was terrible. It was traumatizing, to be honest. Like, imagine you're just sleeping, and the fucking police comes like to your house, and you know they just came in. And back then I was still a kid, you know. I didn't really understand my rights or anything, so I just let them basically go in and do whatever they wanted, you know. But they went in, you know. They looked with flashlights, looking in my housemate's room, you know. My housemate's like sleeping, you know. I was like, fuck. It was really shit. Yeah.
Y al final nada, no hicieron nada.
Nothing, because I was like completely fine, you know.
Here's my British passport. Get the fuck out.
I still don't have it, so.
Okay. Well, you know what? It's not as powerful as it is now. It's not like was I when I
As it used to be, yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than the Colombian one, though.
100%. When a Colombian can get you to Spain now.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then Survivor. This is going for a little journey here. I'm actually enjoying it.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I like this stuff.
Say no more, give me up. I promise you I wouldn't lie. If you want my resentment, I know if you want entertainment, I'm yours. I couldn't lie, I couldn't try to sacrifice to make you mine. There's nobody who matters. Ain't no fire, those are the battles. I'm gone.
A quick one. How long have you been playing guitar for?
Bro, so I started when I was 8.
You
So-
started at 8.
Yeah.
Ay, Dios mío, como para ir 22
So,
años.
yeah. I'm 30 now, 22 years. I actually should be a lot better than I am, but
What do you mean?
it's a long fucking time. It's just like, you know, 22 years of playing is like, it's a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Bro. Like,
I mean, hey, you make your own music, so I mean,
yeah.
you're doing the practices.
Exactly. I was lucky that I had the opportunity, you know, that my parents like listened to me when I wanted to, you know, start in the music.
And that was something that you definitely you locked in and honed in
Yeah.
on it.
I mean, it was a bit of a battle because, you know, at first I started studying in conservatory. And
Okay.
I wanted to play rock and roll, you know, but in the conservatory they were like, "No, bro, you're gonna play classical
Classic
guitar."
guitar, left side.
And I
of
was
the-
like, "Fuck that!" You know, I hated it.
Yeah,
but-
rebel. He's rebel by nature, loves Harry, yeah?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bro.
Y
That's
Maria Calla. You got such a Beach Boy vibe to you. But the punk rock Beach Boy
exactly.
vibe to you.
Bitch punk.
Who's Maria Calla?
So this song was like kind of made for my sister. My sister is called Maria,
Okay.
and yeah, it was kind of written for her to like, I don't know, kind of guide her.
Is she living here as well? then?
Nah, she's back in Colombia. She's
She's
younger
like,
than me, you know. And, yeah.
No mentira, como así. This is for your sister. Nah, I'm getting sentimental. Sounds like it should be on FIFA.
Yeah, man. It actually good. Yeah, I listened back to this. That's good, you know. Yeah, this is good. I don't know much about the vocals, but
Music, you like, because I know when you sound vocally now.
yeah.
Like now you said should be on animes, you know, like the intros and
Yeah,
stuff like
man.
that. Like I could totally see it on anime.
You should definitely sing that to some.
We
TV
don't worry, we
shows.
get Netflix on the phone right now.
Yeah, man. Like you talk to
So
them.
this was your first EP with the Indios.
Yeah, man.
What's bad boy? What's going on here? Look at this. I don't know. There's something calling to me. This is this. Is this you guys? Look at you.
Yeah, man. That was,
Ay, los Indios.
that was kind of getting a bit cheeky there, you know.
Look at you, man. There's your boy. I think I'm gonna copy his haircut. I think this is what I'm going for.
Yeah, man. He's got his man bun there. He's lost it now. But
He's lost it.
he used to have it,
yeah, no, he's Indio.
yeah, I've seen.
What's the?
I actually love this song. Like,
You love this song, yeah? Tell me a story about this song. Tell me a story about this song. Come on, you gotta give me more meaning.
I remember I wrote it for a reason. I think it was like
The 2nd of July in 2020. Oh, 20? Yeah, 2020. Yeah.
I think it was like kind of describing situation, you know, where you would like when you have a relationship and you just don't feel like you should be in it, and you're kind of like kind of battling between the lust of new things and
The lust of new things.
like
the grass is
lust,
greener on the other
yeah,
side
of
type
new things
situation.
and your current thing. If like you're like, do I stick with this and I kind of like wait for it to get better, like
I know what you're saying. I've been in that situation myself.
yeah.
So I completely understand. For those who don't understand, es como decir, you're in a relationship, things are going great until they're not as great. Maybe you're going through some rough patches,
Yeah.
and the thing that you need, I think this is from a man's perspective right now, but the thing sometimes when the thing that you want out of that person
Yeah.
gets shown in other people or
Mhm.
other women or whatever, men or whatever you're into,
Yeah.
and that's why it's like the term says like the grass is greener. You know what I mean? Where it's
Exactly,
like,
exactly. And you know, well, back then that was a while ago. That was what 5 years ago. And back then I was kind of still young, and I was kind of still like, you know, struggling to understand the whole relationship situation. Now I understand, and now I know that, you know, relationships take work, take a lot of, you know, it's not always gonna
it's
be
another job.
It's not always gonna be like a new novelty thing that is gonna be exciting
And
you know?
constantly the same. It always
Yeah,
changes.
it always changes. You have wrong things. Love kind of mutates. So like, you gotta stick with it if you really think it's worth it, basically. You know. But back then, I was
But then
more
he was
like,
a bad boy.
I was more like, you know what, fuck it.
I want to hear what the lyrics to say, but do you guys put the lyrics on it? No,
I
not on
don't
this one.
remember. Probably we did. Yeah, I think we must have done. Would have been very sloppy.
Karaoke, give me the karaoke,
Oh, we didn't have
no.
the lyrics. It
It's
would have
alright.
been very sloppy. If we did.
This is completely different, though.
Yeah.
It's diferente on this one.
Maybe you'll find in your love someone who push me away, somebody who drives you crazy like I used to back then. Maybe you'll find in your love, go on and tell him your name, somebody who drives you crazy like I used to have it all. I used to be all that you wanted. You're like the dark. I used to see you dance all the time. I saw you break all of my barriers one night at a time. Maybe you'll find in your love someone who pulls me away, somebody who drives you crazy like I used to back then. Maybe you'll find in your love
because before you were doing more raw stuff. Yeah, that. Hearing this one, I'm like, oh, this feels like the beginning of the recent stuff
like
I've heard. Yeah.
the change. It was just like exploring, you know, and like I had bands, you know, like rock bands all my life, and I kind of wanted to like I was getting a lot into like different types of production because I was also studying music production. I was working with other artists. I was starting to like hear about the world of R&B for the first time in my life, you know. So like R&B and pop and like what was pop in England as well. And I was starting to like get fed all these influences as well, you know. So it was not just Latin and rock anymore, but I was getting into different things like R&B, pop, electronic music. So all of this, I was like, I want to explore this and I want to put this into my music, you know. So it was like kind of like trying to merge all of these things that were happening to me in that kind of process, you know, of music.
With let's get into what the new stuff is.
Yeah.
Look, long story short, Troy sent me the Veneno one. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, no one through the whole thing.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah. That's why I was like,
The
I know. Yeah, I got the link. I was like, I know what you've been up to. And I'll be real, man. I really got taken away porque era algo que I was always talking about quite openly, where it was la idea of, you know, you've taken a core part of yourself, you know, mezclado con lo que has aprendido, las culturas, el diferente sonido. For example, so for me, I was just like, you know, it's like borderline, for me, the way I sensed that, I was like, it's almost like a mixture of the weekend, but Latino cumbia and house. And I was like, ooh, it's really good. Like, bro, there's some really good songs in there.
Cheers, bro.
Yeah, I was really blown back. I didn't expect. I didn't know what to expect. But I was just like, oh shit. And they're like, I feel like also todas las canciones que has armado, they're like standalone songs as well.
Yeah.
Like they're really in their own. I don't know, man. I always felt like you've kind of done what Sophie did as well, where it's like you're making your own lane.
Yeah.
That's how I see it, because I'm like, I ain't never heard anyone do this.
Yeah, bro.
Especialmente que sea Latino también. I was just like really taken back by that.
Yeah, which has been kind of an issue, really. Like,
Do share.
Even when, you know, when Troy, who like he's been like kind of following my journey for a little while, and he kind of wanted to work with me, and I talk a lot with like YR Records and stuff like that. But one of the things that came up when I showed them my music and stuff like that was like it's really cool, but we don't know where to put this, you know.
World, bro. World. You give me put it on world.
What playlist, you know? But like they say, like, and I see how it makes sense, you know, that you can kind of have to go in a lane.
Yeah, before you. Yeah.
At first, at least, you know, so you can like
make your own.
Yeah, so like then you get followers, you get like you start building a fan base, and then when you have a fan base and when you have some grounds, then you can be more open to explore and put on your shit.
I hear.
But the thing, like, whenever I sit down and make music, I'm like, bro, if I'm gonna make a reggaeton track, just like any other that is like out there, how is this shit gonna get anywhere, you know?
Yeah, you have to really.
How am I gonna be different? So that's always been a struggle for me. Am I myself, or am I trying to be something else, you know? You know, that's.
¿Qué es algo that you've always. You've probably done it already, man. You're a mad scientist. But ¿qué es algo that you've always thought maybe these two might go together, but you haven't done it yet?
That I haven't done it. Well, I'm actually making in that sort of link with some unreleased music and stuff like that. There is some like kind of merengue stuff based, but with a lot of like really hard electronic music, you know, so like hard techno, trance and stuff like that with merengue percussion, because they both kind of share the fact that they are super fast music, you know.
Yeah.
They are like 140, 150 BPM. You know, so you can. I've been trying to like combine them both into like that. I started experimenting with it, and I think it's gonna work. But
I mean,
we'll see.
from what I heard, I think it will be well, man. I honestly, I just saw myself in kind of like them outdoor festivals, but like them kind of
Yeah.
maybe what is the house festival that always goes by, man? Oh my god, what is it called? The big one.
House festival in UK on or
No, I think
like
it's like
Tomorrowland or something
there
like
you
that.
go. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I was like, this feels very like some songs was like, oh, you could
Yeah.
put this on Tomorrowland.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
like-
could definitely feel it.
Get people raving, you know, hardcore.
Colombian drugs.
Yeah.
One by one. ¿Y este qué? ¿Qué pasó aquí? What happened in 2021?
We actually had a shit ton of backlash for that, you know.
Yeah? You had
People-
backlash on that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
People-
can imagine.
Colombian people, you know, because I'm Colombian and we are not like really happy about like when people come to us and like, oh, Colombia, Pablo Escobar, cocaine, you know, shit like that.
Yeah.
It's always annoying, you know. It's
Yeah.
like, cause, bro, and especially like us who kind of grew up there and feel like still the effects of this shit.
Yeah.
Especially me, you know, because like my uncle actually died in one of the bombs from Pablo Escobar.
Really?
Yeah, you know the plane
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Él está en el
My uncle
avión.
was on that plane. Yeah. So you know, it's like
Okay.
I know what it is like, and I know the effects of it and how bad it has been. But actually, this song is the opposite story. It's like, you know, like just the short-lived life of some narco. You know, that's the story. You know.
You took the when there are words in history or certain stereotypes in history,
Yeah.
and you're taking that,
Exactly.
just flipping it around. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So it's like someone who's about to die and he's regretting everything he's done.
This is a story, hang on.
So like I don't think anybody got really that far to like to really analyze what the contents of the song were, but
this is why we have this.
But
No,
here we
but
are.
as long, like, there was a thing that happened, and this is what motivated me to do this.
Mhm.
Y era que, and I don't want to point out anyone's particular names because maybe that person will come here at some point.
Yeah.
But basically, an artist had rebranded,
Mhm.
and the look and vibe she was, well, already revealed it's a woman, she was going for, really changed dramatically because she was known for just one specific thing, but now she's completely flipped brand.
Yeah.
Well, this is probably a good thing. It's one of those cosas where I can tell that the person isn't fully in the character that she is.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, at the end of the day, this is entertainment and music, but I think
Of
I've always preferred artistry when it's as authentic as it purely can be.
Yeah.
Que uno lo siente. Especialmente if you're coming from the heart, you're writing anything that's very personal to you, you're going to
Mhm.
feel that. In this case, I was like, I wonder what happened to this person. And it turned out she had a passing of a family member. And I was like, oh, this explains so much of not only the psychological reasoning of what you're
Mhm.
doing right now, because it's como se sentía como an escapism.
Yeah.
And as much as you probably don't want to reveal too much information, that
Mhm.
also does empower the process and the journey, because at the end of the day, people are watching you.
Of course.
People want to know everything about you if you're an artist, and the journey and let it son. Why are you making these songs? Like, what's the actual motivation behind it?
Yeah.
And then once when I know that, I'm like, now I care.
Yeah.
Now I give a shit about this
Exactly.
song a lot more, and it's just because they've decided to open that door of like vulnerability.
Yeah, we should have done that, you know. Like now that I think about, because like that also has been a massive journey. We were like completely clueless about promotion and social media and stuff like that when we were releasing this thing. But like now I'm working a lot on it and I'm trying to learn from it and you know.
Trust me, man. I mean, the one thing I learned, not like the main reason why I'm doing it this way is because that rap battle happened about a year ago, the Drake versus Kendrick.
Yeah.
I was a very Kendrick fan and a Drake kind of fan as well because that's which I know whatever modern
Yeah.
rap and stuff. But in order for me to keep up with what the hell was going on, because I see one song getting released, I'm like, they're fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've always wanted this to happen.
Uh-huh.
I had to go on YouTube and there's people reacting There's people educating you with the slang. There's people just dándole la historia, like giving you the full spec. Because I'm not in America, I don't know what West Side slang is. I don't know what Canadian slang would be like. And people just dissecting it and really telling you the story. When I realized that was going on, I was like, I just spent a whole year keeping myself updated to this. And I'm still updated. La misma cosa tenía que pasar aquí.
Massive promotion fucking scheme.
Yeah.
The whole world was looking at that shit.
And
crazy.
That's why I said we need to do one here. Pero con los Latinos, because I do want to push the narrative. Obviously, I'm not saying we only make Latin music.
Yeah.
That's not the plan. I think the idea was just to create the identity porque there is a big difference entre los Latinos que están in the United States and South America and the ones that are here. Yeah. La cultura is diferente. There's a different mentality, different mindset. Let's use our our differences to market ourselves better.
Yeah.
Porque hay muchos que están curiosos de what does a Latin person suene aquí, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like rap. West Coast and East don't sound the same. It's la misma vaina. So, 100%. Now let me get to this Colombian thing. Now that we got some context. Now you hit file on your computer to import it. No. What? Let me close this thing.
That's mad.
I waffled on for too long. Eso es lo que pasó. I'm gonna close it and then open it up again.
Bro, you think it's an issue with
No, this happened last time.
Oh, it happened.
Yeah, and it's literally a simple case of just turning it off and on again. Bad. No, it's not bad boy. Bienvenidos los indios. Here we go. So how long was the Indios gone for? You guys were a group till what, 20? You're still going for it.
Yeah, we're still going for it because like we also produce people together and.
Okay.
Yeah, but let's play this.
So yeah, but play the song. Hey. I'm just saying this is the first time you sing in Spanish. From what I heard, right? Hey.
That was kind of the transition, the start of the transition. I was like, I'm really not this, man. Why am I trying to sing in English, you know?
When you came, I was wondering, I was like, oh, you just went straight off English, but no. You're Spanglishing it up. I like it. Hey,
that's it.
De noche y de día rezo por tu alma, pero no me acuerdo ni cómo te llamas. De noche y de día botella vacía y la cama mía que estaba perdida. Todavía me acuerdo cuando me decía tu cuerpo y tu alma. Ahora soy one, they want it all the time. They want the fire into their lives, feeling they need to be hypnotized. Every night, baby, one by one, they want it all the time. They want the fire.
There's not even like a live instrument. It's all like beats.
I don't know. Easy. Everybody come and die TV. Easy. Everybody come and die. One by one, they want it all the time. They want their fire into their lives, feeling they need to be hypnotized. Every night, baby, one by one, they want it all the time. They want
Colombian drugs, man. We're gonna put that on a very special place right here. We're gonna call it the UK Latino scene. We're gonna add this. I'm not sure if it. I feel like you could put this in the club, you know. Basically, I'm doing a thing, right? Every single interview I do.
Okay.
Because we're going through discography, and you're basically. I told the artist, you tell me which is the songs that mean a lot to you, because obviously there's a lot of people do a lot. I listen to them, and I'm putting them in particular spaces, like, because I got American people asking me to showcase, like, playlists that I've got. Like, I'm the, like, not to sound big-headed, but I'm the one with the most archive of, like, artists and stuff. So people who are curious, now I'm going to basically make a playlist for them.
Nice.
But the club one is after I've interviewed as many people as I could, 'cause I got decks. I want to challenge DJs because I'm seeing if I can have some sort of influence. I want to challenge the DJs because I'm going to invite them over to talk as well. And they have to they'll have a whole playlist of songs like here. These are all UK based Latin artists.
Okay.
Here's a 30-minute challenge. Make a mix. Or you could do it live here as we do the interview. Look, it's in it because the problem is that the DJs refused to play UK Latino music. The Latino DJs refused to do it, and because their complaint was like, oh, it's not good enough. You know, say, okay, but I know what it really is because they haven't really taken time. Like they're busy just doing what they need to do.
Yeah, man.
They haven't taken the time to escort chat and be like, yeah, I could put that in there. Because
yeah, man. The UK Latino scene is like, bro, it's
politics.
It's marginalized.
Marginalized. It's weird. It's really weird porque hay como sub-communities.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole big thing, but I think it's el que tiene bigger stage or whatever is where everyone wants to try go towards. But I don't know, man. It's political.
It's just really, no. It's just I don't think it's that political. I think it's just the thing is there's no market for it here. You know, so like British people are not gonna listen. Like if they hardly listen to the top Latin music from Latin America or from America, you know, there won't be a space to like British artists that sing Latin music or sing in Spanish, or Latin artists that are based in the UK. You know, like I don't see a viable way for there to be money, like real money, and a real market for it here. You know what I mean? The Latin music that you listen to here, is made in Latin America. Yeah. You know, and that's what the DJs play. Yeah. You know, like Bad Bunny, and that's where the biggest opportunities are and where there's money. So the music is gonna sound amazing, you know? If you inject money into this artist, you know, you can get the best mix engineers, best producers, you know, best songwriters even. But yeah. We're on the journey. We're on the journey.
We never know. We puede pegar aquí. That's what I'm saying. Because look, if there's enough, the way I see it, if Bad Bunny can come over here, Karol G can come over here, sell out the O2 or whatever, there is a market. That's how I see it. The only issue is that we only look across the bridge. Yeah. You know, there needs to be some sort of infrastructure to support the growth aquí. ¿Cómo será eso?
100%.
No estoy seguro, but I do feel like
100%. No, and I think it's changing. You know, like there's the community's a lot bigger. The community, I don't know if it's because I'm starting to like being a part of it like properly now. Like I'm working and I pretty much know everyone in the Latin scene here. Yeah. You know, but I feel like it's growing. People are like really working. Like even not only the musicians and the artists, but you know the people who create the content, you know, like yourself, people who do like video, photographers, you know, it's just becoming a really cool community. And, you know, like, for example, Sophie is like doing really well now. Yeah. You know? She's like...
And she's doing the right thing as well, because she's using that British Latina label now as a...
Exactly.
I'm from here.
So the fact that she's actually like, you know, like she's doing quite well in her career, and I think like that's kind of like a proof that maybe like we're kind of heading towards a more, a more like
Maybe they're getting tired of the stuff they're making.
yeah,
Puede ser, bro.
maybe we're gonna get more opportunity, more investment, more crowd, more people looking this way.
Yeah,
you know?
eso es lo que falta, I think. That
Yeah.
obviously the capital is needed.
Yeah.
Okay, look, I feel like if we marketed ourselves, obviously you need money to do that. But if we were marketed a certain way, I think it'll make a big difference.
Yeah, bro, releasing shit is expensive.
See,
It's mega
explain
expensive.
to me the releasing process.
Bro, it's.
You have to get your song registered and also cleared off.
I
By
mean,
the person.
if you like just think about like from the mix perspective, just the mixing of a song, which I think is like super key, like probably the most important bit. You're looking at for a good mix, something that would be considered like pro. You're looking for upwards of £1,000, you know.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
You know, and that's like if you get it at a good price, you know. That plus like all the promotion, like photos, videos, you know, and people who are doing that shit indie, it's just like it's brutal, you know, and it's so unrewarding because most things, if they're not promoted properly, are just gonna pass. You know, it's just gonna be like nothing happened. You know. So I respect every single person, you know, every artist that is trying to do this shit because it really is. It's a huge mountain, man. It's like.
Se negoció la música. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, man. It's brutal. It's very unforgiving, and especially here. Well, here in London, like we kind of get some good things and some bad things, but climbing the music market in London as a Latin artist is just seems very difficult to do. You know?
It's tough as hell.
Yeah, fucking tough.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro. You're the first person I know who's making a living out of this. If that's not like,
but
obviously you can produce as well. So,
yeah,
I mean, you have that extra kind of.
But I get no income from this stuff, you know. Like from original music,
from streams and stuff.
I've with this band we've had some festivals and we've got a few thousand streams, but that's nothing, you know. That's nothing money wise. Performing live, we used to do shows and get money from them and stuff like that, but I've never really lived off this, you know. I live with music because like I can play instruments, I can read music, and I can be a session player, and that's the one thing that keeps me afloat, as well as producing and stuff like that. But from original music to make a living, that's the goal.
Yeah.
But it's difficult. Yeah.
Let me figure out the maps here for you, because I like to be businessman sometimes. Okay. Let me tell you about me. Okay, but me, bro, the reason why I'm way so involved with like Latino community stuff, porque la misma cosa, güey, is like the filming stuff is not easy as well. You know what I mean? Again, like you said, you can do live performances and do the stuff. But whenever you create something for your own, it's probably the hardest part of trying to make that like a need for other people. It's art at the end of the day, and people obviously will pay for art as long as they get something out of it, right? In a sentido, I guess I relied so much on the economy of my surrounding to survive. If you understand what I'm trying to say, like I did my star signs and all of that shit, and it literally said that it was like, your economy is based on your friendships and the connections you have around, because they have supplied for that service. It's como la misma cosa que un fan base. I always kind of theorize, like, if you as an artist can get, but this is harder because A, you have to own a space in order to showcase your artistry,
of course,
for example, and then obviously B, merchandise, and then getting those people to physically attend that space, 30 or 100 personas between those ranges, you if you could do that maybe twice or 3 times a week, then you're making a bit of an earning, because realistically, £5 a ticket, 200 people, 100. You know what I mean? That the math starts to make sense.
Of course.
But obviously it's harder to do than to actually being able to achieve it, especially when you don't have a venue space. I've always said that's what we were lacking, is because we don't have a venue space or a dedicated creative hub,
Mm-hmm.
whether that be Seven Sisters or Elephant and Castle, an economy could actually start properly there.
Yeah.
Because when we don't have to pay for venue space, you can perform, you can have regular gigs and then eventually start growing more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my business theory behind it. Because I'm just like, yeah,
That'll be a great initiative, bro. I mean, it'll be amazing to have a space, for all these things to happen. And not only music, but like arts, fashion, all these things that
Todo
you come
viene
together.
junto, bro. Yeah,
That'll be really really cool. And I think we're not too far from things like that happening.
sí. Ahorita te digo el chisme.
Right.
Uy, la primavera. ¿This for a quinceañera?
¿Qué?
¿Eso para una quinceañera? ¿Que lo armaron para una quinceañera o qué?
No, that was our sort of reggaeton attempt.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, you wanted to put that one on the side that you didn't even
We were
want
like,
me.
fuck it, we're going mainstream.
Shit, we're going here. So let me get Colombian drugs and then La Primera and then ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Sorry, hang on. This is amazing. Oh my god.
Yeah, but
okay,
then
okay.
ayahuasca was like, I was like, that's a bit of a crazy song. That's just like kind of ravey party.
It's ravey part, but of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
I don't like that's. Have you ever tried ayahuasca?
I've done it once.
You've done it?
Yeah.
How was it?
Scary.
Scary.
Yeah.
Did you? I'm gonna ask properly here. Did you encounter what you need to encounter? Do you feel? It's going to a spiritual podcast now. Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, I guess I did in a way. I just kind of had to face my fears, but I feel like I really didn't allow myself to really
Deep dive into.
I was too clinging too much to control.
Okay, you resisted.
And I was like, I resisted it a lot. And it became scary because I was resisting it so much, that I was like, didn't allow myself to like dive into the whole journey. So I don't think I did fully. I think I discovered a lot of things just by the way I reacted to it. But yeah, it was a scary experience for me, to be honest.
How long did it last for? Like un día or?
Well, the bad part was like 5 hours or something like that.
5 hours.
Then it was like more chilled, but yeah.
Okay. Nothing like an LSD trip.
Yeah. No, but I've done also the LSD a couple of times, and it wasn't as bad.
Okay.
This shit is proper.
You feel it in el cuerpo y
Kicks you in
todo.
the ass.
Okay, cool. It kicks you in the ass. So it gives you a cleansing, a body cleansing. It gives you a whole ego death.
Yeah.
And oh my day. You didn't see any entities?
Yeah. Not really, I think like I was just trying to stay in control so much that I didn't really focus. I did see some shit in my head that it was like kind of a triangle thing with an eye in the middle.
Okay.
And I had two arms that were in this position.
Alright.
And it was just kind of like looking at me.
Damn. Okay.
And I was like,
It's visual. What is it? It's kind of like our body visual experiences in a sense.
yeah.
It's a
but
lot
also-
more to you, Juan. It's a lot more to you now.
Some shit
Este
that-
chico te da pena, pero así. Yeah, man, trust me, I've gone through some shit too, man. And that was without drugs. So, yeah, but I had some. Primero, ¿en qué pongo la primavera? Explain to me about this song, then.
La primavera was.
Oh, yeah, so the attempt of reggaeton, you said.
Yeah, an attempt to reggaeton is just a romantic song. It really doesn't have much story to it.
Okay, he's downplaying it a bit, but I still
Yeah.
want to hear your attempt.
Primavera.
Hey, he's got a video.
We actually did a pretty cool video for
I
that.
had it on. I'm all about that shit. Come on. The Indios. Okay, let's see what you got. Now this is my forte.
Yeah. Yeah, this is your thing.
Primavera. Yeah, because we also put this. Oh. Is this it?
That's it, yeah.
Primavera. Haha. Yeah. Come on.
Shit. Oh, shit.
Después en mi cama, hay lleno de estrellas. I know she ain't playing. One wax on my damn.
Is that
Yeah. Wrap my chains around you, break me, you know I let you. I know she remembers. Fue la primavera.
you? You need to take it in a moment, man. You look so different right now. Oh, wow. I love the changes, bro. I love the transformation, bro. There's un caterpillar, bro.
Amanecemos los dos, sintiendo el sol, el calor. Como quisiera, mi amor, quedarme aquí contigo. Su piel rosa, mi color, inspira versos de amor.
I can't lie, though. I think it's really good.
Yeah,
Like,
no, the song's good.
it's a chilled reggaeton, but se siente aquí. If that
Yeah.
makes any sense at all. Maybe it's the
Yeah.
instruments. I'm not sure.
Prometo la tradición, me toca y pierdo el control. Pero por favor no te vayas, que me aterra. Y mira ese frío afuera, que pase mil noches de esas, bailando hasta que amanezca. Oh baby, I wanna try it. I knew you would come and find me. Tonight I don't wanna fight it. Después de mi cama, hay lleno de estrellas.
It's a good song. I don't know why you
Yeah,
downplaying this.
No, it's a
This
good
is
song.
a good
It's a good
song. Bro. This is a hang on. I'm gonna put it in the I'm taking you to the bedroom playlist.
That's a good song to take somebody to the
I need to rename it because it's called Haciéndolo.
Haciéndolo.
Haciéndolo. But yeah, it's the I'm taking you to the bedroom.
I think
playlist.
it
This
fits
is
in there.
dope, man. Yeah, man.
I know she ain't
When
playing.
did this come out again? 2020? Is it 21?
Wrap my chains around
What
you,
year?
break me
Yeah, I think
como
it's
tú quieras. I know she
It's not that long
remembers.
ago, but it feels like it was a lifetime ago.
Really?
And I also had
Baby, it feels better when we don't touch how we say it.
I don't
I know I never told you, but I think it's fucking clever.
I mean,
Universal.
yeah, blue eyes back then. Now he ain't got blue eyes.
To me about it, it's
There's that. I was like, is he got green eyes or blue eyes?
time, I don't care if you're about it. Baby, come with me, I will jump into your nightmares. Pero por favor, no te vayas, que me aterra. Y mira ese frío.
Nah, I can't lie. I'm actually gonna put that in the UK Latino one as well. I'm here, like, bro. As soon as you start doing the bit of both, it's an automatic win for me.
Yeah.
Okay, yo tengo un sentimiento that like Spanglish is a very very early baby years of becoming like a new genre of language.
Yeah.
Y a la misma vez una nueva generación de música.
Yeah.
You know, because like there is an art to being able to do both, especially singing.
Yeah.
And rapping and all of that stuff. I've seen some people
Yeah,
do it.
we wanted to do that. We had that idea for a very long time. We were like, yeah, let's go for the Spanglish and shit like that. But I don't know if it wasn't the right time, maybe the right way or whatever. But every time we were, I don't know, talking with people in the industry or like
They always say
managers.
the same thing. They're like, no, pick one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck you. I'll be honest. Porque es como decir, you invalidate my identity.
Yeah.
That's how I've always seen it. Because it's like...
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like, all these people have in their mind is like, I don't blame them because it's like kind of their assets are depending on it as well. And it's like, who the fuck are we going to sell these to?
Yeah.
And like, the guys who like, the record labels and all of these, like, they just care about that, like, the music doesn't matter at all,
Yeah.
Obviously, the music has to be to a certain standard, but it's,
It's a producto.
yeah.
That's the end. They see it as the product and who am I going to specifically sell it to?
Exactly.
But we can only blame marketing for that. Marketing has made it difficult. ¿Me entiendes?
Yeah.
Es como decir, if I was to target Spanish speaking audience, then I can pay to go target Spanish speaking audience.
Yeah.
then it's an extra cost if you do both. That's just one thing I know. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, you know, it might be, and yeah, it only works when someone like really famous does it, you know.
see. Well, but you can just keep doing what you're doing to become famous for it, man. I have a feeling, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, like, you are into music because you love doing music, you know. And at the end of the day, you know, you can be rich or broke, and you'll probably still be doing it. You know, it makes you happy. It fulfills algo adentro que, I don't know, maybe boxes get fulfilled by hitting someone. No, but it's a different feeling. It's a whole different aesthetic. Este es el viento, no me preocupes. Los espíritus, ya hice el palo santo y todo y el sage.
Sí, estamos limpios acá.
Let me put ayahuasca on just in case. So this is his ayahuasca, not your personal ayahuasca experience.
No, that's.
But
more
did you get inspired by?
No, not at all.
House.
This was honestly just like the working title of the thing, and in the end of the day, we were like, let's just fucking name
Just
it
keep
that.
it that way.
Yeah, and this is just like kind of a ravey song. We also did a video clip of this,
Fuck yeah.
which was like, let's make a sort of a Project X.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And so we made a massive house party. We invited friends and all. And yeah, and then we just made the fucking video.
Here it is. Ayahuasca.
Yeah, man, it was a beautiful vibe.
Oh shit. Man, the actions you will perform by professionals. Do not try this at home, or do. Is this in the Waterloo Tunnel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indication.
What's the visa? What the goes on? What's the visa? DCC, now I'm on my feet, I am flying high, I'm grinding my teeth, I'm not fucking up, I'm smelling green, I'm the devil, now I'm the enemy. By the way, I'm not one you always should be afraid, you should call me God, you should not be up and release your sins to the Holy Spirit of my big dick, and I'm feeling.
You say release the wait. Did you say you release the spirit of my holy big dick?
Yeah, something like that.
Ayahuasca ain't for the weak, bro. I like it though. I'm into this.
Something like that. Something like
I
that.
love the variety. We just went from here, here.
It's a big
It's okay.
crossover.
Relax, Jasmine. You can.
Yeah, she's like,
Just
what the fuck?
watch. I like this. Are you dressed up as a priest?
Yeah, brother.
Is this Halloween? Was this around Halloween period?
No,
No,
it was
you
just-
guys outfits. I fucking love this.
Oh, actually, this night was so epic.
Honestly, it feels like a really fun party.
It was,
It feels like
it
it
was
just let's just have a
really
rave. It's okay. She does that every now and then. Flips that tune. The cowboy hat, man. I love it, man.
Yeah.
This tune is actually really good as well, man.
Taking my mind into the wild. I am the ashes that you left behind. I am the skin that you seem to rely. I am the forest and I am the prayers and I am the lashes that screaming at night. Going home, hatred and fight. Now and before, sick as I'm wild. Maybe you know that I'm alive. Maybe you know that I'm alive.
Oh. You know what? There was so much fusions of genres going on. Did you put candy in it. You put some. Oh no, you guys really recreated you really did recreate the what is it? The
Project X.
Project X, yeah.
That was
This is fun. And very different.
Yeah.
Next time, do me a favor. Put some water on those drums and put like the food coloring on it.
Yeah, man, that would have been
That's the end because I feel like you might need another. You might make another one. Need a song. Yeah. Man, I would have loved to be your cameraman one day, just to do this.
I think
I'm adding this.
I think that boat has sailed from that time. You know, I'm not that wild anymore.
Ah, man, me too. But you know, every now and then you gotta take the pen out. just release some energies, man. That was very unique. I can't lie.
This thing.
Then you got back to El Barrio in 2020.
Yeah, and El Barrio was pretty much the last single we did. Then this was a thing that we did for
An
media.
album.
Yeah, we did this album with, you probably know, El Gangsta.
Oh yeah.
We produced this, and this was more for media, music, and stuff like that. But we put out the album anyway because there's.
When you say media music, just for the people who don't understand it.
It's like music that you put on TV shows,
Like
Netflix.
It's like sync music in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Advertisement, all that stuff.
Do you want me to tell you a funny story about that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Go
cool. There was this one time I went to go film a music video, right? It was for an artist, and he wanted to film it in Costa Rica.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up going to Costa Rica, but he told me to come a week earlier with him because he had a meeting. Or he was going to hang out with some friends who arranged to go meet up with him in Costa Rica. Yeah. This is the time period where people were in Facebook groups and shit like that.
Okay.
Right? COVID time, actually, realistically.
Right.
So I'm here in Costa Rica with him. We're a week early. I thought to myself, I'm taking the extra week because it's a holiday. At this point, I'm not going to have film until the week after. Llegamos ahí, Costa Rica. Cool. We go visit these friends of his that he was going to go visit. It was like a whole bunch of American artists, different parts of America doing Savannah, right? Mm-hmm. They all came together because this one guy organized for them to come together and get briefed in order to do some sync music so he can sell it to them and they get a percentage, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. That shit ended up becoming some cult shit.
No way.
Yeah, man. I was freaked out con la manera que todo estaba como pasando because it was very weird the way they were treating me because I was outside, but they were like, stay out. My friend, my client, ended up becoming my friend. He was like, yeah, there's something weird going on. But in the fifth day, where they had finished the assignments, everyone started acting normal. There was a big barbecue that was happening, like American style. Now, okay, you guys seem normal now. What's going on?
Okay.
The guy who organized the thing comes, shuts down the party, sits everybody down. He's like, I'm about to tell you something freaky. Well, basically, I'm about to tell you something between life and death. And I'm just like, oh shit, por fin el chisme. Okay, I go, something's weird in this bit. I don't whatever. Today feels normal, but the rest of the days, you guys have been fucking weird. Yeah. He asked me and the other cameraman to step outside. So we're outside, but there's one situation where it's like a beach house type scenario. Okay. But we can see the inside because it's all kind of nice and glass. Mm-hmm. So we're just seeing all of these artists sitting down and while this one guy's talking to them, but everyone's, some people are crying, some people are looking weird. It's just funky shit. Well, one person got up and did laps around the living room and then sat back down. I was like, what's going on? I go next to this guy, this other videographer who was there for them. He's hired to do them. I'm here to do a music video for one of the guys who's in there, right? I'm just like, I told this guy, he's Colombiano, but he's from Miami. Okay. And I was just like, bro, is it just me or is this some cult stuff? And he was like, He was high as fuck as well, so he was just like, I don't know, but they're paying me, so I don't really give a shit. I'm just like, but I do. You don't understand the situation we're in. If it is the case, we're the outsiders. We're gonna get sacrificed or whatever. Like I was there panicking. Like for 1 hour, I was outside watching. Bro. And the guy who was gonna tell me the stuff, because it was my client, he was smoked out too, but it's like, yo, don't meal. So by the time he got out, that leader, he leaves. Mm-hmm. He gets out. He sits next to me because I'm on this bed hammock situation. That's where I've been sleeping. Yeah. He was like, yeah, it's all long, fam. I'll tell you tomorrow. And I'm like, come on, see. These people are looking at me, right? It was very scary. They started taking shrooms. Oh, bro. And then, like, one of them started doing laps, like, walking around in the pool. Yeah. With no reasoning or nothing. Everyone just looked upset. The vibe was off. La fiesta se acabó. Because there was going to be a fiesta. There is no party now. Man. I just asked one of the girls that I was flirting with at the time period. I was like, are you in a cult? She was like, how did you know? And I was like, cuéntame que lo que pasó. Well, he put hypnotic music and he started kind of trying to hypnotize them for a full-on hour. Convincing them that they should stay on the island. Get them produce, get more artists here and shit like that. It was messy, bro. It was just like
that reminds me of a movie I watched not so long ago. There was a film. Yeah. There was like they took some people, like a really rich guy took some people to an island or something like that, and then they ended up like drugging them all every day, and party and drugs and just dodgy shit. That's crazy, bro. I'm glad you made it out alive.
Ironically enough, this is funny. That's how I met Gangster. Not through Costa Rica, but on my way back, because Costa Rica ended up becoming a red country. Okay. In the COVID period where you can't come back. If you come back from a red country, basically you have to stay in a hotel that you have to pay for in England. Yeah. $1.5 grand to stay for 14 days so you can get cleared off. Yeah. Entonces, on the way back, we ended up in Madrid. And because we were in Madrid, I told the client, do not get on the plane to England. Because if we get on the plane to England, then we each have to pay $1.5 grand to be in a hotel we don't want to be in. You know what I mean? It's best that we stay in Spain because it's a yellow listed country. We stay there for 10 days, then we can come back to England and they won't make us do the hotel fee. So that's what we did. And then I noticed that Gangster was in Madrid. And I knew Gangster only on Instagram. I never had met him. I was like, fuck it. Yo! And that's how I ended up meeting the guy. And one of his friends gave my client COVID.
Of course, man.
Of course. We ended up flying back either way. Yeah. He had a positive test, but we forged it on the phone. Just like on Snapchat, you can rub it off and put negative. Shit. He traveled with COVID full on. I was like, fuck me, I don't know how you did it.
Was he alright? Like,
oh no, he was dying.
He was dying.
Yeah, but like for 2 days he was bedridden. He was still feeling like shit, but he was just like, I'm not staying in Spain. And I was like, alright, let's fucking gamble. Let's pretend. Let's make this up. Fuck. Just gave you a little story.
Yeah, I also had around that time, COVID time. I was in Italy and I tested positive for COVID. Okay. And I had to stay in Italy for like 20 days or some shit like that.
20 days?
Yeah. Because we remember Italy was like one of the worst.
One of the worst ones, yeah.
So it was like quarantine was like crazy, man. So you had to stay locked up. But I never felt a thing, with COVID.
Oh, you were fine. You were immune. Yeah. Yo también. I was the same. I was like, apparently I had it twice, but.
Yeah, I never felt a thing.
Which is great. We skipped the whole
thing.
Man. I see people suffer. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, a lot of people in my family died actually. It was crazy, man.
Sorry to hear.
Like not really close to me, but like primo.
Let's hope we never go through that again.
Yeah. Let's hope for that.
Rest in peace, all the people. So Latin Roots. So this was commercial. But so it's media. What was Gangster trying to do?
No, we basically produced the music and he rapped.
Okay.
There's one.
Is there one that stands out for you?
I think Party One is really cool because we combined drill and merengue in that one.
Drill and merengue?
Yeah, drill and merengue.
This is going to be interesting. I'm going to have Gangster come in soon as well.
En mi barrio, el sueño siempre fue ser millonario. Me escuchan desde viejo hasta malandro. Velocidad quiero llenar estadios. No vivo en comentarios. Les dije que no. Que andamos buscando los cheles quemando papeles, señor. Esa vida bandido que viven es solo pura promoción. Los gatillos que jalan son televisión. Las gatas que cargan cobran comisión. Ey, yo soy el caballo campeón. El flow que yo tengo en peligro de extinción. Salimos por par y llamo la atención. Yo soy la presión, el rey comodón. La vaina que suelto se escucha en prisión. Es un calentón, me suenan los bloques, los canta lampón. Lo bailan coyotes en inmigración, tengo la visión. Ey, party, Juana, tonelada el fin de semana. Cocinando una nota bacana, sigo siendo el rey como lana. Party, Juana, tonelada el fin de semana. Cocinando una nota bacana, sigo siendo el rey como lana. Party, Juana, tonelada el fin de semana. Cocinando una nota bacana, sigo siendo el rey como lana. Party, Juana, tonelada el fin de semana. Cocinando una nota bacana, sigo siendo el rey como lana.
I might have to hire you.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. It's cool, you know, like the mix. We did another song that we haven't released actually with him.
For real?
That was kind of like, okay, let's do this, but let's do it fucking properly.
How did this project come together, man? Because how was I?
Yeah,
I was here, but I wasn't here because I didn't even know about this. Like,
yeah,
I know quite a lot of
the,
people's work,
the
but
company that did this media tracks,
yeah.
they kind of like got a bunch of Latin people together and Latin artists, producers, artists, and just got them into a room in the studio in a writing camp.
Okay.
So there was us, there was Gangsta, there was TNC, there was Luigi.
Luigi, yeah.
There was Dukus, KD, Julie. Who the fuck was there?
Who was in charge of this?
Noel, Babo.
Okay.
That's where we met Babo, and we actually
You
released
met
a song
Babo
with
Flow through
Babo.
that.
With Babo Flow.
So media tracks. Who was in charge of?
It's a girl called Maria. What's her last name? I don't remember. But she's a singer, but she also works for this.
Okay. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So you guys had a whole bunch of tracks here.
Yeah, man, it was good. It was good.
It was interesting. I think I might have seen a picture of this. Possibly you guys might have posted it. Were you guys all together?
Yeah.
I'm very curious now. The journalism inside me is coming out now.
there was a thing. There was some media coverage.
That's the one thing that I think needs to happen. Where us knowing each other's kind of not saying in particular like any private stuff, but it's como see this project, for example, I didn't know anything about this, but it's reporting on stuff like this because it's very important. And knowing quién está como encargado, who's putting this much effort, who's driving force in here.
Of course.
It's just so we know because, boy, I mean, I might get into the politics with you just so you know.
Exactly.
Because, I've had my issues with certain people, but Conrad, son, it's not even for defamatory reasons either. It's just more like expressing your experiences.
I'm curious.
Okay, well, it's one of the people you have played for. I
have played for.
I believe you have. You were in Latino Life, no?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just give you a bit of easy backstory because I feel like I owed a whole episode explaining what happened, but I don't mind telling you because like I've and this isn't to discourage anything whatsoever. I'm making sure the camera knows that too. to give you some insight. So I was doing music videos, club video, todo antes que me involucré con Latino Life. Now while Latino Life, Jose Luis, he basically wanted me to come on board and help do the marketing and the filming stuff in regards for the festival and when they finally made Candela Records, which was like their music they were doing, and then he got involved with Luciano Pinto, who I think was the reason why that business deal went down. I think he had the connection between either not the investor, but I think Atlantic Records.
Yeah.
So that's their business. What ended up happening with me, I was filming the festivals at the beginning, did those jobs, then I filmed a cypher. It was called Latino Life. It was before Homegrown. Yeah, it was called Homegrown. Latino Life Homegrown. And these were basically the potential people that were going to be used for Candela Records. When Candela Records got formed, I think Atlantic Records gave them like a certain amount of money. Woo! Let me not reveal too much information. A certain amount of money, each artist would have basically a budget to put out their songs and stuff like that. So the Homegrown thing that I filmed, which was like a cypher, was the rappers and the artists who were basically up to that potential of being that.
Okay.
Being those the whatever the top three who were gonna do that.
Yeah.
There was Angela Flo, who ended up becoming the guy.
Yeah.
You had, my God, how much? You had Zems, who was more of a UK Latino drill, heavy drill guy.
Yeah.
Really good. But he's a rebel. Entonces, he was their top guy they wanted, but they ended up going for Angelo Flo. Then you had the Ecuadorian guy. How am I forgetting my artist? I keep thinking Dooku's, but it's not Dooku's. Marika, fuck it. Let me just get it off of here. Yeah. Who did that Bad Bunny song with P-Man?
Voila.
There you go. It was Guala, Angelo Flo. You had Facundo in it as well. He was just like a runner-up. And you had another drill rapper who was called Esco.
Yeah.
Esco. The one who was with the belly. Yeah. So those were the runner-ups. Angelo Flo took the first position. Then it would be Guala who took the kind of second position. Then they kind of completely rediverted and were going for a girl called Carla, que era como española.
Okay.
She's really good. Really.
Oh,
really
yeah,
good.
yeah.
You probably met her.
You
Definitely must have met her. Y pues lo que pasó era I was in charge to doing the second music video for Angela Flo because they pushed the first one. They did they did that one with Megan Thee Stallion, that song, the music video. They did it in Vauxhall. So lo que era was there was a miscommunication between me and I would definitely say more towards Luciano Pinto. Okay, he was asking me to start production for the second music video for Hot Stepper.
Yeah.
Angela Flo's Hot Stepper, and Jose Luis was also aware of this happening. So I had pre-produced it, I had pre-booked people waiting for deposits. When it came down to getting the deposits sorted out, ellos se desaparecieron de mí. So they didn't really keep in contact. But 2 months later, I decided to contact them again because I was just like, hey, how's it going? Even though this project isn't going forward, they said they were going for somewhere else. I was like, cool. No, yeah, see? I didn't appreciate how things were done because it was just more like you could have just told me instead of making me do 2 months of work. And shame on me for not doing the business practices right, getting a deposit beforehand.
Yeah.
Cool. My reaction was to make me Salah. So I made me Salah, and then what ended up happening is that in order to support me Salah, I did a podcast with Patrick Vell to support, bring everyone's attention towards me Salah. I ended up opening my mouth because Hot Stepper released the music video. I was just like, that's the one I was supposed to do. And then it was como decir, if you know how to make music videos, if you understand the budgeting behind it, okay, the budget wasn't there, or like you guys took shortcuts because that budget that you promised me is definitely not the same budget you're using here.
Yeah.
So what happened? But I kind of openly expressed my situation, what happened with them, and that kind of blew over. And then it kind of led to a very political dispute where, look at what ended up happening, and I don't want to say it was Jose Luis, I don't want to say it was Luciano, but somebody within those two gave artists the ultimatum saying, if you are a part of Misala, you cannot be a part of the Latino life stage. So about 5 artists were trying to drop out of Misala.
Right.
Take away the videos. And that is how our relationship became very, very turmoil, basically, between me, Luciano, and Jose Luis.
Right.
Yeah. And then what ended up happening, just to put a bit more icing on the cake, is like there's a lot more happening behind the scenes and not just involucrado en yo. It's like community, people-wise, y toda esa vaina. So they've got a reputation. Luciano's already out of the picture. Like, he's been outed. Like, he's gone.
After that Latino baby video that everyone started saying like, me estafó,
Ese sí ya lo marcó. So he disappeared.
No, like I've worked with Jose a lot because I used to be I was kind of signed to be a producer in Candela Records.
Really?
Yeah. So
you would have met Della anyways.
Yeah. I was working with Angelo on his future releases.
crazy.
Yeah.
Entonces nosotros estamos alrededor de cada uno y ni sabíamos.
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
Oh my day.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I worked with Angelo. We created some songs. We did some songs that he eventually didn't release. I mean, Angelo, I think, is kind of in a bit of a break from artist life right now. But yeah, no, I mean, honestly, with Jose, it's always been really smooth. I used to hear a lot of rumors about Luciano before, from other artists, and ended up blowing up when all the things he was doing came to life. But yeah, no, with Jose, to be honest with me, it's always been pretty okay.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's just too much.
I think too much juggling around with a lot
Too
of
many
things.
things.
Yeah. Because I understand. Al final del día está encargado de un festival. You got the awards. You got
You're
Candela.
trying to run a
Same,
fucking
it's
record
too much.
label, man. Like running a record label is probably the worst business idea you can attempt. It's fun and it's
Because you have to break your way through.
and you're basically are a bank that has no way of making money. Like that's the definition of a record label.
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
It's like, how does they make the money back? Pero claro, tiene que.
But you have to give them money.
Yeah.
It's like suicide, bro. Like it's crazy. So sometimes like I understand how difficult it is, but yeah, it's been a whole turmoil.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
And this isn't, in Ike, this isn't anything to disencourage the Latino life, franchise y toda esa vaina, just to clarify. Because it's like my experience, but at the same time, uno sabe cuando you're young.
Yeah.
And like that's on me for having bad business etiquette. You know what I mean? That's how I saw it now.
Yeah.
In regards of now, yo sé que hay un frase de recuperación. Like I know a lot that's going on in regards of behind the doors, and like, I'm just like, you know what? I think we've had enough time punching each other up, and now it's just a bit more of like forget the hate and like let's forget it now, because at this point like we need to elevate and push. That's how I see it. I always felt like it would be great if someone else started a festival para como competir. I always feel like competition is good. Like
I mean, well, maybe not like to see it like directly as competition, but like just another space,
like
just having a second Latin festival would be fantastic. Because like the Latino life ones, like the spots for Latino life are like, there's too many artists, and there's not that much space. I mean, the festival is cool and it's big, but it's not, it's not a Glastonbury level festival that you have like
it's not wireless
20 stages, that you can put like every single Latin artist. So I think it would be great, but at the end of the day, it comes like to where the funding is going and how people are consuming Latin music here,
Yeah, y cómo se maneja eso también. It's just so bizarre to me, man. I mean, I know if it's like Karol G and Bad Bunny can make it here, it just makes no sense. I'm like, what the fuck?
It would be amazing. Like
it's
you
la
can
comida y la cultura y la música.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But you could even like, if you like commit to it and bring a couple of headliners over, like international ones, you sell out to every crowd. If you bring, I don't know, well, I don't want to say Bad Bunny because that's probably like the hardest one to get. But
yeah, let's just say like, for example, like there's some guys who are not made out of money who have managed to bring like El Alfa, for example, like he came. Yeah.
Exactly, something like that, or like some kind of like not that star, but like pretty good.
Just
like,
a good mid range.
Yeah, like good mid range, like I don't know, something has to come to mind.
Give me Caliuchis.
Yeah, something like that. Like it's not Bad Bunny, but it's still not. Not like people.
You mean it's just the right amount of feasibility?
Exactly. Not only Latin people will end up going to the festival. So like you kind of get the benefit of like getting a lot of people and expose your UK Latin scene as well.
I get what you're saying.
I think that would be great, man. If there was funding for it, of course.
No way, man. Yo pongo una libra cada día. Supposedly, if I did the math right, I'm gonna live up to 112. So we're gonna have that money ready.
Yeah.
We're just gonna be very old. Let me get back to our song. Wow, we just went into a deep conversation there about this stuff. No, but it's good because I like having these conversations. Because, bro, honestamente, I've always felt like in order for like UK Latino música para revolucionar, I feel like we have to make a genre, and that's why I like hearing your stuff. I was like, yeah, I think we're on the crisp of it. Like you gave me hope.
You're talking about the stuff that like the unreleased.
The unreleased songs that you have put like given like a link to. The link,
Yeah, bro. The whole idea of that is like, let's do something cool and interesting and like different, you know. The online. By the way, I appreciate you like going through that, man. Like I've sent that link to a lot of people, to get their opinions or like people I trust and also people that are like, I think could give me some feedback or say like whatever. But barely anyone I think has taken the time to really go through that thing.
I've gone through it twice,
so I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. It means.
Let me actually tell you. Actually,
I got notes. I want those notes.
I got notes. Hang on, but obviously they were when I listened to it back in the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I sent it to Troy because he asked for my opinion, and then he never replied. And I was just like, "Hey, don't worry about it, man." Oh wait, he did. Never mind. Banana one. Okay, so Awake. I felt like a cumbia house electronic. Wow, I even put timestamps. I was like, at 1 minute and 10 seconds, the voice probably needs to be slightly clearer. But that was just my nitpicky on this because I understand the reasoning, like the effects, and I was getting used to it. I was like, oh, okay. The only closest reference I had was like The Weeknd because they come as a euphoric kind of feel of electronic music. Not the, I haven't listened to his recent stuff, but it's kind of what that. I don't even know, man.
Yeah, The Weeknd is a massive influence. Like his production style, like for me, was like revolutionary. Like around when this project started mutating into like something more electronic was when The Weeknd started like shooting up. And I was like fascinated by how he produced his albums. But yeah, please carry on.
He's getting feedback. LHR. Okay, all I've written here says, fuck me. Great latest. So that's already impossible. Vete Bailar. Again, some parts isn't as clear. Personally, there's too much echo in certain parts of the song. Too much echo. But given the theme of all the songs, it's fitting. That's the way I come back on my opinion. It's giving, like I said, it's giving Latino Weekend. Fucking love the second half.
Yeah.
Dives into its heritage so nicely. That's what I said on that song. Boquita e Coco. Fuck yeah, this one's dope. Guitar just needs to be a bit more punchy on the solo. That's the only opinion I gave, and that's just might be just more of a mixing thing.
Okay.
Mi Muerte part 1 and part 2. Oh my god, this is what I wrote. OMG, tears and shivers. Structure is beautiful and it's a hit. Cadence felt a lot here.
Amazing.
Yeah. In Bailalo, I said potential hit. That's as much like when I know it's like it's a fucking good song. I just do like one-liners. Again, Santa Caído. This is a hit. This is going to be a house DJ's wet dream. That's what did you say?
Amazing. That's the idea of that song. It's just like very hardcore.
Yeah, stuff, this is like honestly, I was like, the DJs will love these sets. These are really good songs, especially when you can play around with it. Ooh.
Yeah, that's proper festival.
That's how I saw it when I listened to this album, bro. I was just like, this is a rave festival. Yeah. Like this is.
Yeah, well, that's the whole idea of the thing. It's always been for me the purpose of it. Performing it live, getting people moving, getting people dancing,
Like when you is this you see this collection? Is this an EP or an album you thinking?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I mean, I think the standard now will be try to do a couple of singles and maybe an EP or something like that. But all of that is money.
Yeah, también.
So like, it's obviously like, do you want to do a lot or do you want to do less but better quality?
Yeah.
And I think right now, I'm lucky because I can do a lot of things. I don't have to pay like instrumentalists or producers or recording engineers or editors or anything like that, but I don't think I can mix to the standard, where I want it to sound.
I gotcha.
So I need to pay that, and master, then whatever you do, photos, it just
the
keeps
still
adding up, that release, if you want it to get somewhere like you know, you have to invest, I don't know,
Claro.
at the very least $5,000, you know, per song.
Per song, no, 100%.
So at the very least, and that's, if you want to do a 5-song EP, you're looking at, I don't know, 25,000-30,000, you know.
Well, there you go.
So
yeah. And then there's the marketing.
well, I try to include some of the marketing there, but obviously marketing is kind of one of those things that there's no limit to how much you can invest. You know, it's just like if you can, you will be heard in fucking North Korea, but can you pay?
I know,
That's
that's
the
true.
thing,
That's
you know?
true. Put it out on the net all the way down. That's what it is, man. Shit. Hang on, I went out of topic because we went full on podcast mode there for a second. Alright, give me one song. Because obviously we've seen Los Bandidos. Well, the Bandos. Wait, I keep quoting Los Bandos. I keep thinking about that song.
We should be Bandidos.
Yeah. Yeah, Los Indios. The Indios.
But we can go into JVeneno now if you want.
Yeah, that's what I wanna start hitting where your pubes grew out.
Yeah. That's it.
Here we go. Okay, for you, in your opinion, which of the songs, when you started the JVeneno, you've been out here for a minute now, Auntie, yeah? Okay. 2022 is when JVeneno started coming out, you know.
Yeah, so the funny thing is, like, you know, in 2022, I was asked by a friend of mine, this was COVID times, and my friend works in, like, sync, and he's a producer, and he was like, can you write me, like, a few songs of, like, Latino urban music?
Okay.
For sync. So, you know, just stuff like that, get a few singers to sing on it, blah, 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 and stuff like that, and I wrote the songs, I sent them to him, and he was like, well, I think with your voice is fine. Like, do you want to release this with your voice?
Really?
Yeah.
And then that's how it started?
And I was like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. And then I ended up releasing this. I never thought about, like, having a solo project or anything like that.
Right.
And this just happened, you know?
Which is the ones that stand out for you?
I really like Triple X or 247.
247 Triple X. Triple X, yeah. If you guys don't know what Triple X means, we're talking about Vin Diesel, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Riddick and all that. Cool. Alright, let me think.
Estoy atado, me miro en el espejo y no termina. Desaparece 1000 años encima. Dime quién soy, dónde está lo que
I'm sorry, Fercho. Okay.
Las ratas corren porque sienten miedo. Temprano despertar, ponerse una sonrisa. Un delantal, un maletín te dan la vida. La calle llena de dolor y a ceniza. Se persigna el diablo y yo respiro y me voy. Salgo a buscar fiesta.
Okay.
Yeah, I see, like, the common shit.
Shit.
Apretar el alma y despertar con ella. Intoxicado y veloz. Piso como un trueno. Y ya no me perdono. No que ese cuerpo ajeno. Y se aparece el vicio. Que yo le dijera. Te llevo al espacio. Y te como entera. Te hago en sesión. Ahí está tu puerta. Pa' que tengas todo. Hasta tu planeta. Lo que ella no sabe que ella es imaginaria. Parece Triple X, pero también una dama. Ella me dice soy su sol, que yo la lleno de calor. Que nos ponemos a sudar cuando perdemos el control. Lo que ella no sabe que en mis sueños yo la encuentro.
Jesus Christ, man. This is a beast song, you know.
Yeah, I really like that song, and I think that's, you know, the start of, like, the sound.
You feel like you found your proper, like, your style.
Yeah, I was like, you know, inadvertently, like, I started experimenting with, like, you know, the trappy things and more, like, on that side with, like, Latin production as well.
You went dark, though. I like it. I'm telling
Exactly.
you, man, there's something beautiful about you go through dark phases and stuff like that, because the cumbia is good. Like, you're doing the cumbia good.
Yeah.
But I think this part of you, this part.
Yeah, exactly. It was like this was like kind of like a revelation for me. It was like maybe I should do this more. I mean, yeah, it's been there since 2020. It's the only thing I've done so far. Cause like I started to think, okay, as an indie artist, I'm gonna do more stuff with this project, but I need to grow my socials first, you know.
Okay, I hear you.
So I was like, because I have no money for promotion, I'm gonna start growing my socials, and when I reach a certain point where I set myself, like in terms of followers, in terms of people engaging with my content and shit, I'm gonna drop new music.
I hear you. Okay.
So that's the whole purpose of this, like the whole process of this project right now.
Okay.
But yeah, this is the thing. Neo is also quite good, and that actually went.
You got a lot of listeners on this one.
Quite. It's the one that is most streamed in the CP, and it went a bit like people were enjoying it a lot in Poland for some reason.
In Poland.
Yeah.
Let me.
Son más de las 12, ¿dónde que estás? Sabe que la noche es la ciudad para bailar. Me cae la nieve para respirar. Baby, ¿a dónde vas? Baby, ¿a dónde vas? Cambia de color como cambia su mirar. Luego se persigna y vuelve a pecar. Hace llover por toda la ciudad. Baby, dame más, baby, dame más. Sabe cómo, cuándo y dónde para encontrarnos. Pa' parar el tiempo, no estoy sano. Ella me pide que me quede hasta mañana. Porque esta noche no duerme ni calla. Se viste de piel pero me deja navegarla. Fuego en su voz mientras le canta en la mañana. Dice mi amor, abre los ojos.
Big up Poland, man.
Yeah,
they
big
with
up
the jacuzzis and that's what they have, and they're out in the snow in the nieve
and
with the
vodka,
jacuzzi.
and he- So, you know, I think it just went. There was a show or something in Poland.
Really?
Netflix that featured this.
You can mention that.
I think though, I don't know, because it suddenly like spiked in Poland, and I don't understand why.
Really?
I know that the third one was part of a show called Against the Ropes on Netflix about lucha libre and stuff like
When
that.
you get these notifications, well, you just put your music out there and someone's gonna find it and be like, hey, we want it.
The thing is that the label that released this music is a sync label.
Okay.
So they kind of like
so they
pitch the songs to, and have like a website where you can like get all these songs to do a production, and this is like kind of.
pretty dope. Good idea for you.
And they've been good at it, so like all of these has been featured thousands of times. I don't know specifically where, but I received a report, and there's like places all over the world featuring this in like tiny ads or like tiny shows, TV, stuff like that.
So this was his anti-phase. 2021, you know, when I read that, look at the poster and everything.
Yeah, look at that, bro. It's
Look
like.
at you, babe. Todo pink. Todavía tenía pelo corto, pero ahí está creciendo el niño.
That's it. Everything else has just been
Like features?
remixes.
Remixes, yeah, because I remember hearing some stuff.
Yeah, I did that one for Lizzy Tigra. You
Which
obviously know
one is?
Lizzy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The rest is all me. I've done with these like artists from Luxembourg.
So you've been around, my friend.
And recently I did this album with Dukus.
You did a whole album with Dukas and Julie. Okay, cool.
Other feature artists, but this was more like for sync again.
Okay. Euphoria is called Latin Party Anthems. Yeah. I got a lot of listening to do. Making these playlists are not easy. And then Euphoria in the Night, which is still... Is that an extension? Or what is it?
Yeah, something like that. It's like release of instrumental versions and B-sides and stuff like that. Yeah, this is all remixes.
Let me hear the one that you're in.
I really like Solo Tengo.
Solo Tengo.
Eight.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Kooky. Who's Kooky?
That's an alias for Dukas. He didn't want to put it on his main thing.
Okay.
But Universal kind of fucked that up because like it's supposed to just be me, but
They just put it. celebration of the people. Summer. This is I'm in my 20s. I'm either in Thailand, in Phuket, or Phuket, whatever it's called. But it is New Year's in Thailand, and we only drink beer. Bro. That's the vibe that I'm going for with this one, man. I feel this. This is you see this in these movies and like Superbad and Project X. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, exactly. That was the idea. Very.
I get it, but obviously it's for sync, innit? Yeah. I need to remind myself with these things. I'm gonna be real with you for a second. I definitely feel like I want to hear your voice more. Like I've always heard. Now that I've gone through your discography. Yeah. And I would definitely say like, and no, this isn't even like a pass on judgment or anything, but maybe it's just because I want to hear your voice more dominant than a lot of the musical components that are happening in it, because in a lot of the songs that you're in, there is a lot of stuff going on, and I completely love what's going on. Mm-hmm. I just think with Stay, just need to be a slightly higher, not higher pitch or anything like that. I just want your voice like
more present,
dominant and present. Yeah, because I was like, your voice really rounds everything together. Okay, and I like the way it even sounds.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. So I mean, that's just the way I feel it. I want to hear this guy's voice more. Yeah. Yeah. Cause I definitely budget. I don't know. Put the thing up a little bit. You don't mind? Because I think your voice is golden, man. So
cheers, brother.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's a shame we can't show these people what like, cause oh my day.
Yeah, I really want to get that out, but like, I don't want it to happen like.
Just so
that you just put it out and
nothing happens. Because that is a killer. Yeah. Like honestly.
Yeah, brother, I appreciate it. I've been also like working on more songs, and having like a really good selection of things like for when the time comes. I'm just gonna like, bash all that out and see what happens. It's like stuff that I'm really proud of.
You're a rebel. I want to like inception an idea in your head.
Yeah.
Or maybe we might do this together and with just our ambience. I know, like I'm not an artist. Like I do play instruments. Don't get me wrong. I play guitar, drums, keyboard, and sax.
Oh, okay.
Then architecture came in the way, and art came in the way, and whatever.
So you're an architect.
I graduated and then I realized que es una carrera muy. You have to suck dick, basically, for like years before you even get to a point where it's like it's worth it, and then even then, you have no life. So I just said, no, I need my freedom. Okay. So that's what ended up becoming the filming thing instead. So,
okay.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Just a bit of insight. But yeah, I used to produce music back in the day as well.
Okay.
Way back. I wouldn't say I've got the skill sets for it, but
okay.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I was on a journey of trying to make the new genre, and we're not going to say the new genre, like a new genre that could possibly come out. Yeah. De aquí, or se Colombian, no aquí. What I was really pushing for was salsa. Pero it was not a salsa drill, it was kind of like a salsa rap, but you don't put the boom boom bap in. Okay. You keep the rhythm of salsa in. Con todos, all of the instruments, but you just have to como cantar or rapear. Encima eso, but I wanted to use the 808s that they use in drill and stuff like, can really experiment, because the idea was, I want people to be able to rap and sing over this without losing the essence of I can do el pasito prohibido. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I think that's what it is. Like for me, it needs to be danceable. Yeah. So I tried to experiment that But I guess the core theme was what it's like being Latino aquí in Inglaterra. So the idea was that yes, you would be in Spanish. Yes, you would talk about political shit. Yes, you would talk about the struggle. You know, like todo lo que salsa era anterior.
Yeah.
That was that was the initiative I was trying to go with.
Okay.
I've got a sample to show you. It's a very
go for it.
shitty sample that I made Patrick
sorry.
Vale to sing on top.
Okay.
But I always tell people, never listen to this.
Yeah,
Some
please,
bullshit we
please.
played on instruments and stuff like that.
Please show me.
And you can tell me your opinion about this silly ass experiment we decided to do. Yeah, you play against you. Ay, lo pegué. Claro, soy un número one.
Mi pasaporte es azul, era Sao Paulo. Yo, la hembra en Inglaterra, tricolor, la bandera mal listo. Peligroso y tranquilo, mira, en esta vida yo me pongo las pilas porque la gente siempre anda con envidia. Desde chiquitito aprita, problemas a bonita. Ando con estilo, mi muchacha es súper linda, que pinta en efectivo, gano las libras. Y no me importa si la gente me critica. Mi pasaporte es azul, mira, every day is payday, brother. British Latinos on the come up, couple fiestitas in the summer. And left on the coast with my brothers, in la discoteca with the standards.
Bueno, hasta ahí. Hasta ahí basically the idea went up to, but it's like this isn't even an official thing, but like the idea of like algo bailable but rappable salsa is the instruments. That's
Bro,
what
no, I think that's really cool. Honestly, I could imagine like how the whole production would sound like, but it's not. It's a good idea. I can see it in my head. Need to put some horns in that shit or something.
That's what it was. It was like.
But having like a really weird sort of like structure,
That's what it is, because like some salsa songs are like 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah. But I like like even when you went like for the whistling bit, like it's unexpected. But I think it would work, like, cause it sounds modern, and then man.
It reminded me so much of a salsa joking. But it fue puro experimento, y pues that's holding off now, and so it's on the back burner. But I think it was a good starting point, because like it's like, bro, as an outsider, not as an artist, I come in, I see what people perform, I'm looking at the audience, and I'm seeing que lo que es la cultura latino que is marketable to English people.
Yeah.
And have you been to like bar salsa, tempo y todo eso? Es la bachata y la salsa. Like they're not scared no more. Anterior estaban muy like, I ain't gonna dance there. That look crazy. Now I go to like these clubs, I'm like, shit, they dance better than me. There's a whole market for this now.
Yeah.
And I feel like there es como una entrada. Ahí, para mí, it makes sense. It's like if where the people are going and basically buying tickets or purchasing alcohol, and se están comunando. That's where probably the money will most likely be.
Yeah.
So that's how I thought. Bueno, la salsa y el merengue, house, even Latin house, that has a space itself. But la salsa, merengue, bachata, I think those guys, those pillars, esos son that might be the breaking point, because it feels like if you can dance to it, there's definitely something that you can do. Because 100%. So that's the idea. Like yo quería to kind of create a different version of salsa. Algo que was like identifiable. Like
How long ago was that?
Yeah, 2-3 months ago we made that.
Oh, okay.
So it was fairly brand new. The idea, but I don't mind that being as just a draft, because I don't feel like we need to continue this. I feel like that was enough to be like, okay, the idea is there. Let me actually get the sound, because the idea what I wanted to do, and this might have been a bit ballsy of me, was like I was gonna raise money, I was gonna pay someone to create at least 10 tracks, like in this kind of genre where it's like, okay, it's not merengue, but it's tipo de merengue.
Okay.
It's not salsa, but it's a type of salsa. The theme has to be about being here and UK Latino artists. So we get UK Latino artists who fit the right profile in the right songs, like bachata, lo que sea. And then force them to try this new genre. Uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
I'm like, try this, because there's no point in making bachata, salsa, reggaeton, anything else that everyone else is doing,
Mhm.
because then you're just gonna fade into the ocean
Of course.
instead of being your own river. So that was the idea.
Yeah. It's good, man. It's a good idea. If
I was
you ever wanna
thinking your
finish that-
rebellious self would be great for this.
Yeah, bro. You can. I think the rebellious thing, like, oh, well, the rebellious thing to do, and just be like, fuck it, I'm doing this.
And say
Regardless.
fuck the system as well in the lyrics. I don't mind. Like, no, and
Yeah.
I think that's the whole point. Yeah.
You can do it. You just can't rely on like the money of the labels to
Oh.
do this, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
But the way to do it is just like through growing your own fan base on your own.
Yeah.
You know? Like if you have a following on social media, man, like the sky's the limit. The money will come, you know.
Yeah.
But if you don't have this and you're trying to get money, get funding to create music that is sort of experimental, like it's just not gonna happen.
It's
you know?
true. It's true. It's true. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that takes time and pioneering, and I understand
Yeah.
that completely.
Yeah. But social media is the way to do it. Like there's no other way, you know.
If only we're in America, eso se pegaría más duro.
Yeah.
Yeah. But está bien. Está bien.
We're
Have
on
you
the
got
journey, brother.
one song to show me?
Uh-huh.
Have you got any song that you want me to put on before we wrap this up? What's the one song
my
that means so much to you?
From my discography?
Yes. Y me puede contar la historia también. Usted que está tan de buen humor.
Well, I think with Indios, you know, it's kind of been like the whole thing, the whole.
That's
well,
been
my-
your babies.
Yeah, like with JVeneno, it's like all the babies are unreleased.
Yeah.
But with Indios, it's kind of been like my main thing since I got to London, you know.
Okay.
So like it's just all my energy and stuff, all my music has gone into that, and I think the culmination of that was probably a song called Sand.
Sand.
Kind of skipped. Yeah, there was like a song that we started doing. It's not on YouTube. You gotta.
Okay.
Or maybe it is.
Maybe it is. Just take a look. You never know. You know.
Well, there's the acoustic version, but there's the full produced version.
Oh, nah, let's do a nice little send.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, we're gonna get look here. The year was. What year was it? It was 10 months ago you uploaded it.
Yeah.
A CRM shouldn't.
This song we started writing it like at the beginning of the whole project, you know,
Oh.
and we only fucking finished it like a year and a half ago.
Wow, okay. Damn, okay. So this has
So
been
it's
on the back
been-
burner for a minute.
It's been there since the start, and finally releasing it was kind of, I don't know, the closing of a cycle. That's what I was telling you, like, this project is going through a bit of a rebrand. Me and Felipe are still, like, creating music, but I think the cycle of Indios has kind of, like,
I hear you.
gotten there, and we happy what we've done, but I think we're gonna move on into different things with all the things that we have learned, you know, through all these years of making music here. But yeah, this was the culmination of that life, basically, of that cycle.
Now that you say it that way, now I feel like I gotta put the production. But give me a bit. Give me a few bars. Hey, funny guy. You ever heard Usher?
Yeah.
You know where I'm going with that.
Yeah, of
You
course.
make me wanna lead the one away.
Bro, it's an influence, of course.
I love it. No. I get it, man. You ever seen Creep? The song Creep?
Yeah.
Radiohead?
Yeah,
is
of
it?
course.
Yeah, there's so many like influences del tiempo, man. La música
Yeah.
is very interesting when it comes
Yeah,
down
man.
to it.
And baby, take me higher, 'cause I've been feeling lonely. And every day that passes, it's just the same story. And I say, take me higher, 'cause I've been feeling lonely, and every day that passes, it's just the same story. You come around every time you see me. I'm terrified, but you is all I need. And in my dreams, I see you hold me tight. Don't let me go, this time I'll make it right. And in my place, get back into my room. We get so high, then we land in the moon. Now, baby, they're floating out of space. I'll make you mine and you will make me, yeah. There was things that I wanted to try, and now I can't remember my name. Gotta come down or you would be like, I'm going away, I'm going away. Okay, baby, I'm not gonna lie, I had more than I thought I could take. And these things that are going through my mind, but it's on my way, but it's on my way.
God damn.
Well,
Shit.
the song is about, like, the theme of the song is really funny. It's just like a guy that got really high and he cannot perform. But it's just, but it's said in a very poetic way.
I know, but I was just like, this is here so differently than I expected.
Same story. You come around every time you see me. I'm terrified, but you is all I need. And in my dreams, I see you hold me tight. Don't let me go, this time I'll make it right. And in my place, get back into my room. We get so high, then we land in the moon. And baby, they're floating out of space. I'll make you mine and you will make me there. There was things that I wanted to try, and now I can't remember my name. Gotta come down where you would be like, I'm going away. Okay, baby, I'm not gonna lie, I had more than I thought I could take. And these things that come through my mind, body's on my way, body's on my way.
The switch up between the Spanish and English is naughty, man. It's naughty.
We were still like, fucking, we're gonna do it.
Oh my, it's naughty.
Mamacita, yo la quiero en la cama. 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 There was things that I wanted to try, and now I can't remember my name. Gotta come down where you would be like, I'm going away, I'm going away. Okay, baby, I'm not gonna lie, I had more than I thought I could take. And these things that I come through my mind, body's on my way, body's on my way.
This was his send-off song, huh? His last little goodbye.
Now it's
the
all
Indios.
what's to come in it.
This is gonna be interesting to see how that. Now you're on your kind of like solo journey.
We're in the solo journey. We're probably gonna. I still have a project here in the oven.
In the
basically.
oven, yeah, cooking.
Yeah, And yeah, you know, it's a lot of new music coming,
A
bro.
lot of new music. Well, Bobby, you know what? I know who I would. I'll definitely combine you with Código.
Yeah,
I think you'll be very interesting for it, but like kind of even if it's not bachata, but
yeah.
with those two sounds, your voice and them.
It would be great, man.
Yeah.
I've been in touch with them. We were talking about doing something together. Well, me acting more as a producer,
Mm.
but it would be great to also do a feature because I've been working mostly as a producer lately,
Okay.
like with Latin artists. You know, I've done things with Babo, with this artist called Adriana Blue. Don't know if you've heard of her.
Yeah.
I'm working on some. Well, I can't say much,
With Jessica
but
as well.
well,
I've
with
seen, yeah,
Jessica. I'm working with Desta. Well, she's gonna release a song now that I produced, and we're working on cooking a bit of an EP situation going on there. I can't say much about that. Then Sacelli is also we're making a really cool song.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
So you Kanye Westing up in here in a good way.
Yeah,
in a good way, not
In
in
a
the
good way.
word now.
yeah, that's I've been focusing a lot on that. You know, like collaborating with as many like Latin artists as I can.
Claro.
Here, you know, and kind of like get that ball rolling, get all because there's so much talent, man.
Yeah, this is a boat. Like the way I see it now.
Yeah.
You know how many artists there are now?
How many
Yeah.
Latinos
Yeah,
here?
yeah, yeah.
I don't know, bro.
But this is 100 and something, and
Shit.
this has barely covered it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm missing at least 200 or 300, and on a yearly, at least 30 get made.
Yeah.
30 to 40. So there's, so low key, like you said, está creciendo.
Yeah.
Orgánicamente, because as much as we could do with fans, we are our own support system
Yeah.
and fan base. So I just realized like there's a lot here.
Yeah.
Entonces siempre va a ser mucho talento, and it's slowly but surely the scene becomes
Yeah.
stronger, and it will, like, economically it will grow.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Y pues, papi, como usted dijo, ya hizo un cantidad de nombres, and you're like, oh, you're producing, man, there you go, man, you got work.
Yeah, exactly, bro. No,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm working with these people is like fantastic. I think they're really talented, you know, and there's good things coming.
I might have to call you up and book a session.
Let's
Not
do
for
it.
me to sing, but I'm like, hey, can we have an experimental session where we create a new show?
Let's do it.
I'll
bro.
be down for that. Whatever your rates are, Thursday. Because yeah, man. Yo te había visto por un tiempo largo, and I was like, there's only one person I know who can probably achieve the vision or the idea, and that's
Yeah.
because you're very talented in the musical terms.
Thank you, brother.
And claro, production terms, bro. So
Thank you, brother.
yeah.
Yeah, we're trying, we're going, we're getting there. We're moving forward each day, you know.
This guy didn't know who I was when I first interviewed him. You must have thought, what the fuck is going on? I had too much fun. I was like, JVeneno, okay. No sabía qué decir. I was like, Spanish, English.
Yeah, bro.
No, that was too much. Papi, thank you for coming.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate going through your music, man. And when the new stuff come out, I'll definitely invite you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it, bro.
This is what we're doing.
We're gonna have same things to say about those ones.
Oh yeah. More instinct.
Let's do it.
Bueno, bro. Gracias.
Thank you, Bobby.
See, you did that for 2 hours. Well done.
Fuck.
That was 2 hours, you know.
That was 2 hours.
Yeah.